Welcome to Foundation Basic Maths Lecture 2. In today's topic, we will cover exponent of rational numbers and ratio proportion. So let's get into it. So what are rational exponents? So most of us know if I take a to the power n, where n is an integral, in that case a to the power n will be equals to a multiplied by a multiplied by a multiplied by a n times. We also know if I take a to the power 0, this will give me 1. Now let's see the laws of rational exponents. So first law is, if I multiply a to the power n with a to the power m, we get a to the power n plus m. So the exponents which are n and m gets added. Second property, if I divide a to the power n by a to the power m, so I will get a to the power n minus m. So when it's divided, the exponents gets subtracted. So the third property is a to the power m whole to the power n equals a to the power m multiplied by n. We can also write this as a to the power n whole multiplied by m. It will not make a difference. So all these three are equal. The next law is a to the power minus n equals 1 by a to the power n. So whenever there is a negative exponent, we take the reciprocal. So next law is a to the power m by n equals a to the power m whole to the power 1 by n, or we can also take a to the power 1 by n whole to the power m. All these three are equal. So we can also write this as a to the power m by n equals nth root of a to the power m, or we can write nth root of a whole to the power m. Next, ab whole to the power n equals a to the power n b to the power n. Similarly, a by b whole to the power n equals a to the power n divided by b to the power n. So let's see few examples. So first example is 5 square multiplied by 5 to the power 4 equals 5 to the power 2 plus 4. Since the base are the same, so we add the exponent. So this will give you 5 to the power 6. So this is 15625. Let's see few more examples. 5 to the power 7 divided by 5 square. So this equals 5 to the power 7 minus 2. So this equals 5 to the power 5, which is 3125. So 3 square to the power 2 will give me 9 the whole square, or I can directly multiply the exponents using the log, and this will give me 3 to the power 4, which is 81. Next example, 11 by 12 whole to the power 2 equals 11 square by 12 square. So this will give me 121 divided by 144. Next example, 3 by 4 whole to the power minus 3. So as you can see, this is a negative exponent, so we take the reciprocal of the number. So 3 by 4 will become 4 by 3 to the power 3. So we have taken the reciprocal of this number here. Now we can take the cube, which is 4 cube divided by 3 cube. So this is 64 divided by 27. So let's solve few questions. So first question is, now let's say we need to evaluate this number. So let's try this. So 2 to the power minus 5 will become 1 by 2 to the power 5, because this is negative exponent. This will become 2 to the power 4 divided by 3 to the power 4 multiplied by, now this is a negative exponent, so we need to take reciprocal of 5 by 3. So this will become 3 by 5
whole square. So if you see, this is 2 to the power 5, this is 2 to the power 4 in the numerator. Now instead of calculating 2 to the power 5, what I'll do is I'll bring 2 to the power 4 and 2 to the power 5 together. 2 to the power 4 divided by 2 to the power 5 multiplied by, so this is 3 square, so I'll bring it with 3 to the power 4, and then 5 square will be in the denominator, so I'll get this. So this will finally become 1 by 2, this will become 1 by 3 square, so 1 by 2 multiplied by 1 by 3 square multiplied by 1 by 5 square, which is 25. So this will give me 50, and then this is 9. So finally I'll get 450 as my answer. So let's do one more question. So let's say we need to evaluate 8 to the power 2 by 3. So there are two ways to evaluate this. First is I can take square first and then take the cube root, which will give me 64, and cube root, so this will give me 4. Another way is we can write this as 8 to the power 1 by 3 whole square by using the fifth law of surd. So I can take the cube root of 8 first and then take a square. So we know cube root of 8 is 2, and then we take a square, we get 4. So these are two methods we can solve these numbers. Many students try a different approach. They write this as 2 to the power 3, 8 is 2 to the power 3 and the power 2 by 3. So this will become 2 to the power 3 multiplied by 2 by 3. So you'll see 3 and 3 will get cancelled and you will get 2 to the power 2, which is 4. So these are three different ways of solving this question. All of them are correct.
So next is HCF and LCM. HCF stands for highest common factor and LCM stands for least common multiple. So most of us already know this, but still let's take one example to understand. So for example, let's say we need to find HCF of 450 and 825. So first we try and factorize each number. So 450 can be written as 2 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 25, which is 2 multiplied by 3 square multiplied by 5 square. Similarly, we can factorize 825, which equals 3 multiplied by 5 square multiplied by 11. So highest common factor means the common factors of the highest order. So if we see 2 is a factor here, but 2 is not a factor here. So in HCF, 2 will not be counted. Next is 3 square, and then this is 3. So this is a common factor. So highest common factor is 3 to the power 1. Similarly, 5 square and 5 square. So the highest common factor is 5 square. So HCF in this case is equals to 3 multiplied by 5 square, which is 75. Now let's do an example on LCM. So let's say we need to find the LCM of 12, 63, 70 and 84. So we all know the method to find the LCM. So first we write these numbers and then we keep dividing them by common factors and whichever number we can. So first let's divide it by 7. So this will give me, this will not get divided. This will give me 9, this will give me 10 and this will give me 12. Now next number we can divide this by is 3. So this will give me 4, 3 and then this will remain 10 and this will be 4. So next number we can divide this by is 2. So this will give me 2, 3 and then this will be 5 and this is 2. We can further divide this by 2. So this will give me 1, this will remain 3, this will remain 5 and this will become 1. Now we can multiply these numbers
we can multiply these numbers to get the final answer. So LCM will be equals to 7 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5, which will be 1260. Now next is ratios. We use ratio to compare two things of the same kind. So for example, let's say there are two people whose incomes need to be compared. So let's say one person is earning 10 rupees and the other is earning 20. So their incomes are in the ratio 1:2. In general, ratios of two quantities are written as A is to B or A by B. Now while solving questions, whenever they give the ratio as A is to B, we generally take the quantities to be AX and BX, where X is the common factor. Similarly, for three quantities, the ratio is A is to B is to C, and we take these quantities as AX, BX and CX. So let's do few questions to understand their application.
So let's see this question. So it's given two brothers have their ages in the ratio 3:4. So first we say let their ages be 3x and 4x. So 12 years hence, their ages will be 3x plus 12 and 4x plus 12. Now it's given that 12 years hence their ages will be in the ratio 5:6, meaning this number is to this number must be 5:6. So 3x plus 12 divided by 4x plus 12 must be equals to 5/6. Now if you solve this, you finally get x as 6. So therefore their current ages are 3x, which is 3 into 6, which is 18 years, and 4x, which is 4 into 6, which is 24 years. So these are their current ages. So let's do another problem. So this question says, find the number which must be taken from each term in the ratio 38:31 so that it becomes equal to 4:3. So we start with saying let the number be x. So x must be taken from each term. So taken means subtracted. So 38, we subtract x from it, and then we subtract x from 31 as well. So this new ratio should become, which is 4/3. So upon solving, you will get x as 10. So this is the final answer. So what does this mean? That when you subtract 10 from each of these terms, the ratio becomes 4:3. So let's check. 38 minus 10 divided by 31 minus 10, you get 28 divided by 21. So if you realize, this will become 3 and this is 4, which is 4:3, which validates our approach, our answer. Next is ratios as percentage. Ratio A is to B can be expressed as A by B multiplied by 100%. So ratios can be expressed as percentage by multiplying them by 100 and vice versa. So example, 3:4 as percentage will be 3 by 4 multiplied by 100 equals 75%. So let's do a few questions. What percentage of income worth rupees 7650 does a man save if he spends rupees 7038? So let's see how to approach this problem. So first of all, income of this person is given as 7650. His spends or expenditure is given as rupees 7038. So his net savings equal income minus spends, so that's equals to 7650 minus 7038. So this equals rupees 612. So percentage savings equals to savings divided by total income multiplied by 100. So this is percentage saving. So this will be equals to 612 divided by 7650 multiplied by 100. So upon cancellation, you will finally get 8%. So his net saving is 8%. So let's do a few more problems. So next is comparison of ratios. So how do we compare two ratios? For example, if let's say I have 1 by 2 and 3 by 4. So how do you know which ratio is larger? So in this case, what we try and do is either get the same denominator or we get the same numerator so that we can compare. So for example, let's say we want to bring both the numbers to the same denominator. So let's say we want to get the same denominator. So 1 by 2 and 3 by 4, we can make this as 4 by multiplying this by 2 by 2. So here we will get 2 by 4 and this is 3 by 4. So clearly we can see 3 is greater than 2 and hence 3 by 4 is greater than 2 by 4. So 3 by 4 is greater than 2 by 4. Similarly, we can also get to the same numerator. Similarly, we can get the same numerator and then compare. So 1 by 2 and then 3 by 4. So let's say we multiplied this by 3 by 3. So finally, this will become 3 by 6 and 3 by 4. So you see 6 is greater than 4 and hence this ratio will be smaller compared to 3 by 4 and hence 3 by 4 is greater than 1 by 2 and so on. So let's see these questions. There are two mixtures each containing alcohol and water. So in the first mixture 3/8 of the mixture is alcohol. In the second one 2/5 of the mixture is alcohol. So they're asking which one is stronger. So now we can either compare the way we did a moment back. Now we can do this just using the method which we followed in comparing the ratios, or we can also find the percentage of each mixture. So let's try this method in which we will find the percentage mixture of alcohol. So to compare, we can also find the percentage alcohol in each mixture. So percentage alcohol in first mixture equals to 3/8. 3/8 of the mixture
So this is the ratio of alcohol in the first mixture. So as percentage, this will become 3 by 8 multiplied by 100. So this is 37.5%. Percentage alcohol in second mixture equals 2/5 multiplied by 100%. So 2:5 is the ratio of alcohol. So when you multiply by 100, so this becomes 40%. So in the second mixture, 40% is alcohol. So we can clearly see that second mixture has more alcohol compared to first mixture as percentage. So second mixture is a stronger mixture. So second mixture is stronger, and it is stronger by, we can directly see 40 minus 37.5, which gives us 2.5%. Now in this question it's given x is to 2 equals y is to 3 and 6x plus 7y equals 11. To find x and y. So one method is that we find x from here. So x will become 2y by 3 and then substitute this in this x. So we will get 2y divided by 3 plus 7y equals to 11. Now we can solve for y from this equation and we will get y as 1, and substituting this value of y here we get x as 2 by 3. However, there is one more method which we can follow, and it is x by 2 equals to y by 3. Now what we do is we assume this to be k. Let's say this is k. So if this is k, so when we write this equals to k, we can see that y by 3 equals to k. So clearly y equals 3k, and we will see x by 2 equals to this equals this, meaning x by 2 also equals k. So x equals 2k. Now we can substitute both of these values of x and y in. So 6 multiplied by 2k plus 7 multiplied by 3k becomes equals 11. So we solve and get the value of k as 1 by 3. Resubstituting the value of k in this and in this, we get the value of x and y. So y becomes equals to 3 multiplied by 1 by 3. So this equals to 1. X equals 2 times k, which is 1 by 3. So this equals 2 by 3. So these are two different methods which we can follow to solve this question. Now in this question, 2x minus 3y plus 4z equals 10, and it's also given that x by 3 equals y by 1 equals z by 2. Just for the sake of clarity, I'll write z as this. Now how to solve this kind of question? So you can try the method 1 which we just did will not work here. So we have to try this with method 2. So what we will do is we will take this whole thing equals k. So the moment we do this, we'll get x as 3k, y as 1k, and z as 2k. Now we substitute these values here. We get 2 times 3k minus 3 times k plus 4 times 2k equals 10. Upon solving, we get k as 10 by 11. Now we resubstitute the values of k in all these three terms. So we get x as 30 by 11, y as 10 by 11, and z as 20 by 11.
Now next is compounded ratio, duplicate ratio, triplicate ratio, etc. So let's see. So compounded ratio of ratios a by b and c by d. of two ratios A by B and C by D is AC by BD. So when you multiply both the ratios, you get the compounded ratios of these two. Similarly, for the ratio A by B, its duplicate ratio is A square by B square. That is, when you compound this ratio with itself. Similarly, we have triplicate ratio. Meaning you compound this ratio with itself thrice, you get A cube by B cube. Now next is subduplicate ratio. Subduplicate ratio is root A by root B, and similarly subtriplicate ratio is cube root A by cube root B. So these are few definitions students must remember. Now let's move to the next topic, which is proportions. If A by B equals C by D, then we say A, B, C and D are in proportion. We also say A, B, C, D are proportional. This can also be written as A is to B equals C is to D, or we can also write this as A is to B equals C is to D. So this sign here means equality. Now in this, A and D are called extremes, whereas B and C are called means. Now if you cross multiply this, you get AD equals CD. That is, product of extremes equal product of means. Here the question is, find the fourth proportional to 7, 8 and 28. So we start with saying let the fourth proportional be x. So therefore 7 by 8 must be equals to 28 by x, because they are in proportion. So solving, we get x as 32. So this is the fourth proportional of 7, 8 and 28. Let's do one more question. So question is, what number should be added to each of the four numbers 3, 4, 9, 11 so as to form four numbers in proportion? So even before starting, we can see that 3, 4, 9 and 11, they are not in proportion, because 3 by 4 is not equals to 9 by 11. So we'll start with, let the required number be x. Therefore 3 plus x divided by 4 plus x must be equals to 9 plus x divided by 11 plus x, because this number must be in proportion. So upon solving, we will get x as 3. Now we can just check. 3 plus x is 3 plus 3 divided by 4 plus 3, and then 9 plus 3 and 11 plus 3 plus 3. Now let's see if these are proportional. So this is 6 by 7 and this is 12 by 14. So as you can see, these two numbers are proportional. Next is, if A by B equals B by C, then A, B and C are in proportion, and in this case we can see that these two numbers are identical. So here B is called mean proportion, or it is also called the geometric mean. Next is if A by B equals B by C equals C by D equals D by E and dot dot dot, in that case then A, B, C, D, all these are said to be in continued proportion. Because B continues from here to here, C continues from here to here, and D the same way. So this is called continued proportion. Next is if A by B equals C by D, then we can say B by A equals D by C. So here we took reciprocal of A by B and C by D. So if this is true, this will also be true, and this process is called invertendo. Next is alternando. So here B and C are swapped. So if this is true, this is also true. Next is componendo. If this is true, then this is also true. This is called componendo. Similarly, we have dividendo, where we subtract denominator from numerator. This is called dividendo. Now if we apply componendo and dividendo together, we will finally get A plus B divided by A minus B equals C plus D divided by C minus D, and this is called componendo and dividendo. This is very important formula.